Hi, this is Abby Lee with Abby As Is, and today I am sitting down with three of my clients who are newly or nearly married, and we're going to talk about having a wedding during COVID-19. I mean, every little girl dreams of her wedding, and they plot and they plan and they prepare, but no one plots, plans, or prepares for COVID-19 to take that date away or to alter that plan. So let's talk about that. And not only did COVID-19 alter your wedding plans, but you've also bought houses, selling houses, moving into houses during this also. And I've been so blessed to be your realtor through that y'all have just been having a crazy spring, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally, right? Okay, well, I'm going to start with our mature and older couple here. This is Haley and Stuart Etheridge, and they got married in March, and this is their second marriage, and they are combining children and homes, and it is COVID-19, and she's a school teacher, so it is an exciting and crazy time for them, and I'm just going to let them talk. Tell me what your how you met. Let's start with that. Let's talk about how you met and how long your engagement was and how COVID-19 altered your wedding.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can, Haley. You sound good.
Okay. So we had some mutual friends introduce us.
Aww.
And they it's a married couple I've known I went to high school with him, so I've known forever. I won't say how long, but anyway, his wife is the one that wanted to introduce us, but he didn't think that we were compatible. I always say it's because he's real smart and I'm me.
That's not true.
But that's anyway. And so she said she always wanted Stuart to have a good girl. He just needs a good woman. And she said one day it hit me that Haley's a good woman.
Yes, you are.
So we met in August. It hasn't been that long ago.
But when you know, right? When you know, you know.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm very forward. So
cut to the chase.
I was. And so I kept telling him, I'm gonna marry you one day. I'm gonna marry you one day. When we get married, I'm gonna say I told you so. When we get married. So anyway, that's how we met. We it was the 1st of August, and we just started talking, and I don't know.
There you are.
Yep.
Well, tell us how you got engaged. I've seen it because I've been in your house and it was sitting up there and I actually got to see it in my hand. When he proposed to her, he loves to make things out of wood. He's a great woodworker. He made her ring box.
Yes.
So cool.
He did. He made it. And it's so funny because it was my birthday weekend, and we were going to Mountain View. Mountain View. I've been talking about how I wanted to go to Mountain View, and so we decided we would go that weekend. And there's a whole story to it with a tripod that kept falling over. And
I know that. That's my situation right here today.
He took me to this bridge, and I didn't think it was anything weird because he likes to take me to just random places. So I thought, we're going to a bridge. But for I don't know, 2 weeks before this, all he could talk about was this selfie stick tripod. And I kept wondering, we can take pictures. We don't have to have a tripod. It's okay.
But he had a plan. He was planning and plotting.
We are going to get the tripod. We're getting it. His brother had it in Batesville. So
gosh, just go to Walmart and buy one.
On the way.
Somehow it was on the way. And so anyway, it was really cute because he whips this tripod out, in the road on this bridge. And I still don't have a clue what's going on because I just think he's trying it out before we actually get to Mountain View.
That's so cute.
And it fell over twice in the middle of him trying to propose.
Of course it did.
And then, but then yes, he made the box, and so it's a little wooden box, and then how do you do that on the top?
With a wood burner.
Well, okay, with the wood burner.
Wood burner.
It's "Marry Me" on the top of it.
That's precious.
I asked.
Yeah, he didn't tell me. He asked me.
That's awesome. So tell me what your original plan was and what you ended up doing.
Well, we never really, I mean, we just went back and forth a whole bunch on what we were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, the whole time. And then one day I just said, let's get married March 26th. And he was like, okay, let's do it. And so we were originally, once we set that date, we were going to have it at my parents' house and just invite immediate family. And I wanted cheeseburgers.
Oh my gosh. This is a second wedding, okay? Just
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yes. So I was like, my dad's gonna grill cheeseburgers, and we're going to have our immediate family there. So he has more. I just have the one sister, and he's got two other brothers and a sister, and they're all married and kids. So there's gonna end up being several people there, and then we have 3 kids. And we had the cakes ordered and everything. We're going to do it. And then the close, and we're going to go to Eureka Springs just for that weekend after. And the closer it kept getting,
the more nervous we got.
Like, okay, well, this is it. I don't know. And I was supposed to go to New York that week before, and we had to cancel that. And then, we decided, okay, well, this isn't going to happen like this. But I don't know if he was, but I convinced him that March 26th was going to be the day. Like, it was
regardless what you had to do. Mm-hmm.
So his dad was going to be, he was going to marry us anyway. So instead of having all our family there, we got the 3 boys and we went to his parents' house in Wynn.
Went to his parents' house instead of yours.
Yeah, we swapped
houses. And it was just the 5 of us, us 2 and our 3 boys, and then his mom and dad. And his dad married us outside. They live in a big wooded area. It was real pretty.
I saw the pictures. You looked really pretty in a hot pink dress. Mm-hmm. But are you just as married as you would have been if you'd had cheeseburgers and cake at the backyard? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're just as married, right?
Just as married.
And do you think you're just as happy? I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
I don't think it made any difference. That's what I'm saying.
That's right, as long as you're married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Yeah. I honestly did not care. I just wanted to be married.
I think that's so sweet. Well, Haley and Stuart are both selling their houses right now. Both of them are under contract, and they are buying a new one to move their new family into. And so they are not only getting used to living together with their combined family, but they're packing up 2 houses and moving them into one. And Haley got a new van. She finally, has a big enough family to be a van mom. So, and it's a cool van. So they've had a very busy COVID-19 season. And thank heavens they have not got the COVID. So that's so exciting. So exciting. Well, Madison and Evan, let's move to y'all. They started looking for a house with me in February. Is that right? Late February? Something like that. And we found one and had to terminate it because the roof. And then we went and found another one that was a winner that you're actually sitting in right now. That's where you're coming in from. And they are both graduating from ASU. And they were supposed to be getting married in May. But COVID-19 happened and they had to completely change their plans. So tell us, Evan and Madison, how you met. And I know that story, but tell it to the rest of the world. And how COVID-19 altered your original wedding plan and what you ended up doing that's really cool and sweet.
Yeah, so Evan and I grew up like a mile down the road from each other. So like we've always like known of each other. We were pretty good friends throughout like elementary school and junior high, and we started dating my freshman year and his sophomore year of high school. So we've been dating since 2014. We got engaged in May of 2019 and had our wedding planned for May 17th of this year. And so we kind of, throughout like the beginning of April, I guess, if we were super like cautious and just kind of paying attention to everything going on and weren't really sure like what steps to take. So we closed on our house on April 9th, and Evan started moving in, and we just kind of realized like this stuff isn't going to die down in order for us to have our wedding on May 17th. So we knew that we were going to have to postpone. We kind of like sat down and talked through some options, and we knew we would either have to like just basically elope or push the whole thing off to September. And I love the house that we're in, and I did not want Evan to live here by himself without me for that long of a time. So we decided to get married with just our parents and our siblings on April 19th. So we've been married for close to 2 weeks now, and I moved in here, and then we're going to have our big ceremony and reception on September 13th if COVID is gone.
And that is my birthday. I mean, you're having a birthday party for me. But I loved what you did. You got married there at the place where you'll have your big ceremony. So you actually got married there on the porch there, and the pictures were so precious. You looked so pretty in your little white cocktail dress, and Evan looked so happy, and it was really sweet. And you're just as married, right? You're just as married as you would have been.
We're going to have 2 anniversaries now. So.
I know, that's more gifts. I mean, it's awesome. And so when they bought their house, it has a really special extra amenity that most houses don't have. Evan, tell us about that.
It's got, I don't know what you call them exactly, but it's got a radio built in the house. So it's got the speakers. There's a speaker in the kitchen and then in the bedroom. And
Which works.
And it has a tape deck. It's a tape deck and a radio.
Yeah,
the wall.
a tuner. And we've got, so now if we update to Abby too, we've got a cassette player that's actually an aux cord. So like we can play our phone through the radio in the house.
You have stepped it up, Evan. Wow.
I've never seen him so excited.
I mean, that's why he bought the house, honestly.
I know.
Aux cord, $3.50. Make me the happiest man in the world.
There's nothing more exciting than an aux cord, though, honestly. I remember using those in the car. Yes, I remember that. Yes, back in the day. That's awesome. I'm very, very happy for y'all. So what was it like will it be 2 weeks ago that you got married?
2 weeks ago on Sunday.
And did it, after it was over, were you just like, how did you feel? Did you feel disappointed? Like, well, I wish it would have been that, or were you just so excited and it went so well that, I mean, tell us how you felt, because that had to be a hard decision as a bride to go ahead and do that. So how did you feel once it was over?
So leading up to it, like I was just absolutely heartbroken. Like obviously it's just a sucky situation all around. It's because we did have like a year-long engagement, so I've been planning this thing for a year, been so excited.
Let's be real, you've been planning it for a long time. Did you have a Pinterest board? I mean, let's be real.
It's true. But I was super disappointed up until like a week before the wedding, but like then like getting our house all fixed up and getting all the blue and green walls gone and all that stuff. Like I just got really excited just to be able like to move in a month sooner than I thought I was going to be able to, and just like go ahead and get a head start on our life together. And just after like experiencing the ceremony, like it was so sweet and small. And it was just, I don't know, it was better than I thought it could have been. And now I'm getting like 2 days. I got a really like sweet small day, and I'm going to get a big day with all my family and friends. So, I mean, I hate COVID. I hate that it's here, but we really benefited from it, I feel like, because our ceremony was super sweet and went a lot better than I expected it to, because I was super disappointed at first.
Yeah.
And like, I can't, now that we're in the house and like we're living here and getting it fixed up, I would have hated living here by myself, having to fix all this up and just kind of be here. So I'm glad I, have a roommate do my laundry for me.
Oh, here we go. That's awesome. Yes. So that's what it's about. But, I just love your story, and I love that on the ceremony date on September the 13th, which is also my birthday, you won't have that stress or that anxiety. You know, it'll just be a fun day of celebration, and that's awesome. I love that. And we know all three of y'all, all three couples and myself, we're all Christians and people of faith. But do you just not see that God is a God of detail in all of this? I mean, that's something as I get older, I see God as a God of detail in so many things, but I see it in all of your stories. You know, that for like Stuart and Haley, his dad was always going to be the one that married you, and you couldn't all get together, but you could go there and be with family and him marry you, and it still be safe and not have to worry about finding a pastor to marry you. Or God's a God of detail in that. And with Evan and Madison, God knew that both of you needed to live in that house together, and that you needed to experience those first in that house together and get the aux cord together. You know what I mean? Like, God knew that. He knew that you both needed that as your foundation in that house and in your marriage. So I love that. That's what I keep hearing, is that God is the God of detail. Next, I want to introduce Kaylee and Kyle. Kaylee and Kyle bought a house with me back in the end of November, and Kyle has been living in it alone. I know, right? He's still living there alone, and she's just there visiting on the couch. I mean, because Kyle is living the bachelor dream, because she's completely decorated it. I mean, it's like she's there, but she goes home to her parents' house every night. But they are both. You graduated last May, isn't that right, Kyle?
Yes.
He graduated from ASU last May, and Kaylee is graduating this spring also, and they're supposed to get married at the end of May, and they're still going to push through and hope for the best and do this thing. So tell us how you met, your engagement, and what your plan is, and how you have fought through COVID-19 with this whole wedding thing looming over you.
Okay. So how we met, my sister-in-law, we'll just say she knew him. And I had just gone through a breakup and whatever. So about a month out of that breakup, she was just like, Kaylee.
And she had that breakup on my couch one night, like you were on my couch till like 1 o'clock in the morning, because Kaylee is also our babysitter. Okay.
I am more than that.
She's more than that. She's family. But yes, I stayed up. I don't know. Was it like 1 o'clock in the morning? And I'm like, I'm too old for this. Okay. I don't know.
But now looking back, I'm like, what was I even thinking? But whatever.
I know, it makes me laugh. But anyway, go ahead.
So about like a month out of it, and it was a long relationship, so I wasn't really ready for a relationship. But my sister was like, Kaylee, she was like, I have this guy for you. Like, he is perfect for you. Like,
no,
feeding
his ego.
So I was like, no, like I can't do that, because she knew him really well, and so like I'd known him through her sort of. And
let's just say they had dated.
Okay, they dated.
Okay, for a minute. Everybody knows it. I can see their facial expressions.
My sister-in-law and him dated. She's now married to my brother. It's great. It's no biggie. And so I was like, I can't date your ex-boyfriend. Like, you're my sister. She's like, Kaylee, shut up. It's fine. Like, it was 10th grade. So I was like, whatever. So I still said no. So rejected. And so about, I would say like, and a couple of weeks later, she was still like, Kaylee, this guy, like, Kyle is perfect for you. And I was like, whatever. So we were sitting in Pepitos. I can still take you to the booth. And I was out to eat with my brother and my sister-in-law, her. And she sent Kyle my number, or she texts Kyle and was like, hey, are you still single? So Kyle's like, I thought this girl was married. Like, why is she? And so we have a funny story. And so she's like, I have a perfect girl for you. It's my husband's sister, like, whatever. Well, Kyle is not, he's very traditional, wouldn't you say? And he's like, I'm not about to text some random girl. Like, I'm not into that. And so, moral of the story, he ended up texting me, lame. And then one afternoon, I guess, or one morning, it was lunchtime, he came all the way to campus from Paragould. He didn't have classes on this day, but he pretended that he did, just to take me to lunch. So after that, we went to Wings to Go. So it's still our little restaurant. And then
Oh, that's so sweet. You know, my husband and I, our restaurant got went out of business and got torn down. And I really hope it's not like a foreshadowing of our relationship. We laugh about it. It's like, oh, I mean, so that's what's gonna happen.
Almost got hit by the tornado, but yeah. So we started dating like a month or so later, and then it was the weekend. I don't know. My family, obviously, I knew I was going to marry him literally like 2 days after knowing him, which is weird. But so I constantly been seeing him pictures of rings like all the time. I'm like, look at this ring, look at this ring. And so.
So when he gave you a ring, was it a ring like you had picked out, like shown a picture of?
It was. But he also I had picked out the shape, but he picked out the ring, and so that was what was important to me. But so the engagement, my mom, everybody knows, like, they're like, Kyle, you can't propose until you graduate or college. You can't do that until you graduate. You can't do that until you graduate. So obviously, May something last year, he was supposed to graduate. Well, obviously, I would have been expecting it. So they moved it up, and it was the weekend of our 2-year anniversary. He planned the proposal. It was not all by yourself. But it was
give him some credit.
Yeah, he did it. He was so nervous though. It was Good Friday, and I had gone flea marketing all day long. Abby was supposed to go, but she didn't.
I think I had some closings that day, thank you, because Abby, as is always working. Okay.
Well, so I flea marketed all day, and there's a big group of us that go flea marketing. They were all in on it. My mom was with us, and she just bawled out like 2 hours into it. And we usually go like the whole day, and she's like, I gotta go to work. And I'm like, what? And so that's when I started putting it together, like, okay, because I was already like finding every little clue to everything to make it a proposal. And so just things started not adding up, and then I kind of figured it out. So he told me we were going to go do something with his grandparents, and it turns out he had everybody waiting on me at his family's land in Paragould, at his grandparents' house. They've got some land as well, and everybody was outstanding. We had to walk in the middle of them, so I was center of attention, so that was kind of nerve-wracking. And then he just asked me.
And did you say yes?
I did. I was expecting some grand, like, professing his love to me, but all he said was, we got all these people here, so you couldn't say no. Will you marry me?
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah.
So you planned this whole time to get married May 30th, right?
Yes. We did, and we love the idea. Okay, I'm a big homebody, and I'm still living at home with my parents, and my mom's my best friend, so it's really
She's
hard.
my best friend.
Yeah, and so it's definitely been like that year I've spent really in prayer about helping me move out, because it's gonna be rough. But as I get to decorating this house, I get to getting excited.
And that's where God's the God of the details. He's giving you time.
Exactly.
Piece by piece.
Right. And so we have it still planned for May 30th, because I'm not ready. I don't know.
You're not ready to give it up?
I'm not. And there's a lot of stuff I have to do.
And that's okay.
So, like, my room, I've got to purge that, like, before I can do anything. So we love the idea of, if we do have to, just going ahead and having a small ceremony. My grandpa is marrying us, so that's easy. We don't have the opportunity to use our venue. We're using the Glass Factory, and we don't have the opportunity later in the year. It's completely booked up, so that kind of put a dent in things. So we're still trying to lay out plan B if we do have to. But right now, we're still trying to hold out for May 30th.
Well, I hope that we can all be there on May 30th and
Yeah.
this COVID mess will go away and you can have your wedding as planned. But it has created a lot of stress, I know, for you and for all of you. Just doing life in general, but then getting married and planning a wedding and moving, graduating from college. Madison and Evan, I mean, y'all are both furloughed from your jobs, right?
Yeah.
So let's add that to the kink. And then Haley's a school teacher, and so she's trying to teach from a computer or an AMI packet and then homeschool those 3 kids you've got under that roof. And so everybody's plate is full with just doing life, but then you add moving and getting married, and you 3 are just amazing. And look at you, just all sitting so comfortable on a Wednesday night and happy. And it's just, it's amazing. So I'm going to go around and I'll start in order of how I talk to you. So we'll start with Haley and Stuart. Just tell me the best day so far. Like, tell me something funny. Tell me something funny about the wedding. Tell me like your favorite day so far. Tell me a meal that's been burned, underwear that's turned pink that's supposed to be white. Tell me something.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, you 2 have had some crazy stuff. I mean, I've been there. Okay. Haley's supposed to sell her house Friday, and it's a domino effect. Okay. Like when you sell a house. So like the person buying her house, selling a house, and that person buying their house went and bought a Jeep. Don't do that. Don't do that junk. And so all the dominoes fell. So we had to go and everybody had to work together to get these Jeep people get their loan back. And so then we picked up the pieces. So it's been kind of crazy. And then Stuart, he sold his, and we had to go find them a new one real quick. And it's just been crazy for y'all. And you went and got a mom van. I mean, that's cool.
That might be the best.
It's cool. I mean, like, it's not really a van. It's what is it?
Pacifica.
It's a Pacifica, and y'all, it's cool. It's like that. Is it like a slate gray with like some fun, funky wheels on it?
We love it.
I've only seen it one time, and she was in her robe inside of it when I saw her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's living the dream. So I think that they're settled in together real well together. I mean, she's wearing her robe in the van. Things are good. Things are real good.
I got 3 boys here.
And a dog.
I was gonna say at first after Rutherford got married, we were kind of in different houses. I think a good thing for me was whenever we finally got together in the same house.
Yeah.
For a while there, it was kind of hectic back and forth between houses.
Well, it was because Luke was staying with me most of the time
Instead of his daddy.
Yeah.
Yes, because
that's just hard
I'm
on
not
both of
working.
us.
Yeah, it was a lot to not
Yeah.
that. Just,
You can finally settle in together and start life.
Mhm.
And that's so important to be able to do that. So, Madison and Evan, tell me something funny, good, crazy, that doesn't have to do with that wall radio. Did you go on a trip? Did you get to do a little getaway?
Okay, yeah, we did. We got to go to Eureka. We went, which it kind of sucked. It was fun, but everything was closed.
Yeah.
So we got to go out on a canoe, and that was pretty much it. We tried to, I don't know what they're called. It's like shoot, you pedal it, but it's the boat.
Yeah, pedal boat.
Pedal boat. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was overcomplicating
Paddle
that.
boat. Yeah, paddle. Is it pedal or paddle? I never know.
Either way, so I'd never been on one of those, and at the place we went, they had one like just to rent. Like you just hopped on it and went. You didn't have to like pay.
Did
for
y'all
it.
have fun on that? Did you go to Circle?
We tried, and then the wind started blowing, and we got real nervous as the waves started coming in. So we just turned around and went back. But
That's awesome.
the interesting thing we went and did. They just went back and
I
cooked.
love that though. You know, my husband and we got married in 2003, and there wasn't a pandemic going on then. There was just snow, and it had snowed, and it was awful. And he was we weren't in a position with jobs where we could take a long honeymoon or anything. And we went to Branson for 2 days, and it was the same thing. It was back before Branson was like booming like it is, and everything was closed, and it was tragic. And we ended up just going to Walmart and using our gift cards and stuff. And we bought like some Hostess Twinkie flannel sheets, and I still have them, and they fit a queen bed. And anyway, we still use them in the winter in our guest bed, but they have like, I think it's Hostess Twinkies or something that were on these sheets. Anyway, those situations, those are some of the best memories though. Like when you're just having to piece stuff together and make it work, that's where those stories will last a lifetime. So that's fun. I know it wasn't what you planned, but those stories will go on forever.
It was fun.
It's cool. So Kaylee and Kyle, are you planning on going on a honeymoon?
Yes.
Kyle, tell us about it.
We were supposed to go to Colorado the first week of June, and we had to reschedule that. And now we're planning on going the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know that. So you're pushed it out.
Yep. So we still got a long ways to go.
It's gonna be like a 6-month wedding period.
Yeah, that's fun. Like Madison and Evan.
Great. It's great.
Yeah,
So
that's so cool.
After we get married on Saturday, we're gonna turn around and go back to work on Monday.
Hey, you got to pay for that wedding, right? I mean, you got to pay the bills. Come on. Well, I'm so proud of all of you for powering through and for spending your Wednesday evening with me for just a few minutes. And I hope that y'all have long, happy lives together. And I appreciate y'all trusting me with your homes where all of these memories will be made. And I just love being able to be a small part of that. So thank y'all so much for your time tonight. And if I had wedding bells, I'd play them for you, but I'm not that high tech yet. So I really appreciate y'all's your time. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.